Welcome back. The Department of Petroleum Resources in Cross River State is warning petroleum marketers against selling adulterated petroleum products to the public, promising to prosecute whoever is found doing that. This is arising from a series of kerosene explosion cases that have recently resulted in deaths and injury of unsuspecting consumers in different parts of the state. The Cross River State Controller, DPR, Mr. Basin Kanga, gave the warning shortly after meeting with representatives of petroleum marketers in Calabar, the Cross River State capital.
Kerosene is one of the major household fuels found in most homes in Nigeria. But when adulterated, it becomes a very volatile and deadly substance to its users. In this hospital lies victims of adulterated kerosene which exploded, inflicting different degrees of burn injuries on the victims.
I want to put a lump thing just take over to my body. So that's how the thing just captured me. And I need help from government for them to help us here because we are plenty. And they will know how they will do this in our country so that all these things will stop.
Within the past 2 months, we've had over 15 cases of kerosene explosion. Currently, 10 of them. As at last, we had 10 of them. And 2 have just been discharged. We are happy to say that none of the lives were lost. The hospital, the General Hospital, was able to manage all these cases. So I've just gone on the rounds to see all of them one by one, to see what extra can be done. We've had some cases, minor burns. We've also had some really major burns, especially in the children.
The Department of Petroleum Resources, Cross River State, warns the petroleum marketers against selling adulterated products to the public.
It is an offense to sell adulterated product, whether AGO or DPK, in your station. If you are caught selling adulterated product, we will quantify and we will know the volume of that product, and you pay a fine of 200 naira per liter of that product. It is very bad to sell adulterated product in your stations. Please know the source of your product. We are going to work with the security agencies. We have alerted them already.
With the rising cases of kerosene explosion in the state, the general public is advised to purchase products only from authorized dealers, instead of patronizing road dealers who are most likely peddling adulterated stuff.
Meanwhile, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association is asking the federal and state governments to provide a larger depot where they can carry out their activities of loading petroleum products in safety. Leaders of the union who made the call at the Petroleum Institute, Ifurum, in Delta State, explained that the facility will address the indiscriminate parking of their trucks along the highway. The Delta State chapter of the union has also agreed to give a peace a chance after a leadership crisis that has lasted about 9 months.
For some time now, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association in Warri, Delta State, have been at loggerheads over leadership positions, which has led to a series of protests. These protests may have yielded positive results, as it has drawn the attention of concerned authorities, security agencies, and even the state governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, who had to intervene to ensure there is no breakdown of law and order.
The tenure of the current chairman is coming to an end, and they are planning their elections. What we try to do is to ensure that we have some talk with them to be sure that whenever the elections are conducted, it's done in a very peaceful manner.
The government of Ipman, ably led by Chief Benjamin, to say hi.
Most of the issues may have been laid to rest with the inauguration of the newly elected executives.
With the help of the NUPENG, the NATO, the PTD, and the IPAN National, they all came together and agreed there must be election so that peace will reign in IPMA.
Defend, and protect the tenets of IPMA Constitution 2009
the new leadership has promised to tackle some of the issues which caused the crisis, which include implementation of a circuit program and the indiscriminate parking of trucks along the Warri-Efurun Expressway.
Ipman, NATO, Nupeng, they are one. First, the federal government or the state government, where they provided for these tankers in Warri here, is too small, cannot accommodate all the tankers. That is the reason you see tankers parked along the roadside. But I will discuss with the PTD chairman to see how we can reduce it.
Now that peace has returned, what many will want to see in the coming days is that this peace will be accompanied by availability of petroleum products and better service delivery for the people.
Inadequate teachers and lack of infrastructure pose serious threats to the education of nomads in Bauchi State. The chairman of Mieti Allah Kautal Hore, Bauchi State, Muhammad Hussaini, raised these concerns and says the development may cause their children and parents to lose interest in the pursuit of Western education if adequate attention is not given urgently to the nomadic schools across the states.
Nomadic schools across the country were established to allow nomads access to education and also encourage them to settle in one place. This community is known as Buzayi and is located in the outskirts of Bauchi State and mainly dominated by Fulani nomads. Their major occupation is rearing of animals. 20-year-old Adamu Ibrahim is a product of the nomadic school and is now aspiring to be a doctor.
Because why I say the nomadic is helped me very well, because inside the nomadic I start to read and write. That is what the school helped me.
The nomadic primary school in this community was established in 2014. The school is also attended by other Fulani children from neighboring villages. According to the school's record, there are 453 pupils in this school. Some of them attend school in the morning and rear animals after school hours. This classroom with a demarcation in between is shared by pupils of primary 5 and 6. We understand it was done by the community in addition to the construction of a toilet facility for the school. The pupils sit on the floor to receive classes, while those in primary 4 receive lessons in this makeshift classroom. It's school hours, but some of these children are spotted playing outside their classrooms, while others sleep. This is because there is only one teacher who doubles as the headmaster. How does he manage 6 classes?
When I am in class 1 or class 2, I will address the pupil of class 6 or 5 to control class 2 or class 1 to me. When I finish with this class and also enter another one.
The nomadic school is also a beneficiary of the federal government feeding program, a reason that may have kept some of the pupils in school. We met with the chairman Mieti Allah Kautahore in his home. He also lives in the community and says they are worried about the poor state of education. We have over 500 pupils in this school, but it's only one teacher that comes to teach. We are very worried. There are no desks for pupils to sit on. Basic infrastructure like toilets, school fence are also lacking. And the school is located close to the highway. There was a time 2 pupils got hit by a car. Bauchi State Agency for Nomadic Education was established in 2008, and it is mandated to ensure quality education in these schools. The chairman says the agency receives budgetary allocation, and he speaks on what is being done to address the challenges.
Since 2004, we are given chance to employ teachers. Since then, there is no any other employment again.
to adequately deal with the current state of conflict between herders and farmers, as well as the attendant security threat in part of the country. The role of education cannot be overemphasized, a reason nomadic school system must be given due attention through adequate staffing and funding.
Systemic corruption on the part of both medical workers and politicians who would rather see their own interests has been blamed for the collapse of the Nigerian health system. The Deputy Governor of Benue State, Mr. Benson Abuonu, made this observation while declaring open the state's working strategic review meeting organized by Christian Aid and other health management organizations. The strategic review meeting became necessary following uncoordinated aid work and health outreaches by many health management organizations in the wake of escalating herdsmen attacks.
From the Association of Female Doctors to the Red Cross and many health interventionist agencies, internally displaced persons in Benue State have been receiving medical assistance. However, there is a growing gap in the health coverage, with many of them in rural areas yet to be reached by health management organizations. The Benue State government, in collaboration with the Christian Aid, is mindful of these lapses and have convened this strategic meeting to address the challenges.
For us, we believe that a partnership of this nature will help us to look at what other options are available. Where is the government falling short? Where are your resources not able to reach? And where are the gaps that we can cover?
For the Benue State government, a major concern besides the overlapping coverage is the issue of corruption in the health management system.
What you are coming to do for us now should teach us what to do. As soon as you have taught us, you should go and let us do it ourselves. But corruption will not let us do it. That's what the problem is.
Another component on the sidelines of this strategic meeting is the signing of a number of financial obligation agreements on the part of the state with the Health Assist of Nigeria to supply MRI radiological equipment to Benue State's University Teaching Hospital.
We haven't had that machine before, and there is none of its type within the vicinity of Benue State here. The whole of North Central, no hospital has it.
At the end of the strategic review meeting held in Makurdi, medical personnel are to be deployed to interior villages to help spread the coverage.
We are using a unique strategy of empowering community-based people who we call COPs, community-oriented resource persons, who are based in very hard-to-reach communities, providing them with the capacity to be able to test and treat illnesses related to malaria, diarrhea, and pneumonia in communities where typically government or health services will not reach.
The meeting ends with a call to increase surveillance on health workers and professionals to account for their actions, while administrators must be held liable for any failure.
And now to the arts. The National Museum, Lagos, recently played host to contemporary artist Tunde Odeshola, where he shared a message that connects the past to the present. Art Review tonight examines the thought process of an artist who celebrates iconic figures and sober moments.
The breaker of chains who became America's 16th president. The lover of words who knew when things were falling apart. To the man who had a dream that was later fulfilled. Then Nigerian singer and songwriter Asha joins them on the wall, amongst the other top shots who are renowned for distinguishing themselves in their various careers. But amidst those distinguished personalities lies other unknown faces who depict the struggle of man to survive and reach the zenith, and how they cling to the Supreme Being when they feel lost, or hold on to His word when they need comfort. This mix is what Akintunde Odeshola has brought for his solo exhibition at the National Museum.
The yesterday is something I'm trying to talk about what has been happening in the past, which has to do with civil war, you understand, because there are some things in the society that I feel that are not right.
Those are the images the curator, Luciano Zebu, is proudly introducing the audience to.
He decided to paint iconic figures initially, like Abraham Lincoln. Of course, Jesus Christ is a Christian, so we can understand that with the portraits of Jesus Christ he made. We now have Chinua Achebe, and we have Asha the singer, and we have Maya Angelou, we have Martin Luther King Jr. We realized that what runs through all of these individuals he painted is the fact that they are iconic figures.
The artist works on a large space. His images almost feel like they are jumping out of the canvas and speaking to whoever encounters it. This is Akintunde Odeshola's first solo exhibition, the first amongst many more to come.
Still ahead on the news at 10, World Cup host Russia advanced to the quarterfinals in dramatic fashion after edging out Spain in a penalty shootout. We'll have more in sports news. Stay with us.